Last game we talked about it. What was that stat, Monster? 14 of the teams in the 17 that were remaining were on top 17 on the leaderboard. Like, the best of the best are making it to these end games and trying to change things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Those teams right there. And again, if they're up at those standings, that means every fight up there was worth in its own hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And now we're watching Clix and Booga being a man down. You can see how it really chips into the surge, but they're making up for lost time here. They're making up for the man down by taking these fights, and this is actually going to cause a lobby focus in. And Clix finds a refresher here. If he can get the finish, he tries to grab the quick snipe shot. He doesn't, but he's going to take the body and throw him back. And no, now they're getting collapsed on by another trio. They're going to have to back off here, possibly give up the loot that they fought for, but it'll be worth it if they live to see another day.
At the same time, they're in a decent part of zone. If they get zoned over here, that is a huge pickup from Clix. When the pressure was on, he steps up and he does what Clix does best. He outbox fights them, he outmaneuvers them and gets the elimination. That's 2 points, but that is much needed surge. The biggest issue trying to duo clutch as a trio is the surge. If they pull off a good rotate or get the zone here, they don't need the materials as much as they needed that storm surge, because you're one man down, one less pair of eyes and one less rifle to get that damage. As Censored Edgy Commandment still up as a full trio right now. We get the beautiful panning shot of how this trio is doing it. They play so close together, but they're 354 below. How did this happen? Censored tried to pull out the Dragon Shock and he wanted the big shot onto that team. They're below. That's Mars's team right now. This is it. First place is going down. Censored Edgy Commandment go down here. 20 teams alive. They are out before placement points, and it is Day, Mirror, Reverse, Slacks, Jack, Acorn, Clix, and Booga's chance to jump up and overtake them. Everything on the line. Can they hold on to their history right now, Monster? We know if they are in first place going into the last game, they have never lost a tournament, but are they going to be in first place? They're down early.
This might be a first. This might be the first we've ever seen, and now it's so realistic. The chances are starting to slip away for them. But you know what? We are setting ourselves up for a big finals now, with first place out here, with a 20-point gap, with some of the most consistent placements and just gameplay we've seen come out of that first place team of Commandment, Censored, and Edgy. They are now opening up the checkbook for everyone else. And the question is, how much are they willing to give away here? And again, it's still up to the other pros. It's still up to these other trios to make this last game count, to make this game 11 mean everything for them, because if they don't get points here, they lose their opportunity and it will be gone forever.
I've put my name and reputation on the line. I've gone toe-to-toe with Vivid here. I've called it out. I have put everything on Censored Edgy Commandment. I'm devastated to see them go down, but as a viewer, as a spectator, someone who loves the storylines, this is so intense. We now have a chance to see them dethroned from their first place going into the final game. If you're just tuning in, you don't know why me and Monster are so hyped. This is the second last game of NA East FNCS Finals this weekend. Our first place team is down. They got 0 placement points. There is 30 points for a victory hour worth of placement for Day, Mirror, and Reverse in second place, Slacks, Jack, Acorn in third, and Clix and Booga in fourth. Any of those teams can realistically overtake them here if they get that victory hour. And Booga's team right now is on back-to-back victory hours. This could make it the hat trick as Slacks, Jack, and Acorn, our third place team, set up for high ground. If they can take and hold this, this could be everything we need to see them in first place.
But they get pushed down, they get pushed back, and now they do get that first full moving zone, so they will be able to play into it. It's already rotating, it's already cutting across. They're gonna have to stop here, hunker down and really figure out what it is that they want to do next. This next play is so important. They can't throw this opportunity to take first. They're gonna go ahead and rotate across on high ground. It's a completely new trio, one that we have not seen up top, and they're looking to go ahead and pull something through. It's a Zervo and Dusky down there leading the tarp. Who can overtake them? Who can snatch up height? Or will everyone else come on down and fight for the points that's available in the low ground? Here we are. Clix and Booga still in the game here, still in the fight.
Still pushing through, and they're trying to make massive efforts here. Booga is down here. It's all up to Clix. All eyes on Clix. He's used to it. He's one of the biggest names in the scene, and all the pressure is on him to see what he can do. 2 Slurpfish, has the minis, has a decent loadout here. Only 36 builds, though. Zone goes back. Gets a bit of breathing room to try and get more of these placement points. That team on high ground, Azervo's team, is in 20th place right now. They are trying to have their big surge up on the leaderboard, and they are taking points from the teams at the top, though. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are lurking. They're hanging just below. This is is deliberate positioning. If you see a team here, it means they're looking to go for high ground. He's looking up for it. They only have 14 builds on Acorn, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it with what they have. If they didn't want this high ground, they would be dropping lower, and that's maybe the call as Acorn hits the bounce to the front side. Mars picks up Shark. Bucky's still in this as well. Aegis goes down, so our teams in the top 10 are here, but it's all about second and third. What is Reverse 2K Day and Miro doing now to try and jump up and hold on to their back-to-back FNCS championship?
Here's another team, though. We see Acorn, Slacks, and Jack down low. We saw a little glimpse of Bucky still in this game. Kanata and Macwood there to back him up. Slacks is going to go in and find Crumble now as well, so that is big for them. These points, they're chipping away. They're closing the gap. Remember, it was only 20 points, and now with the placement points really starting to be diced out here, this is the comeback story from the trios that we want to see. Click still alive here. Top 10, what are you going to do to go out and put up some numbers? He's only got a blue tactical shotgun. This is going to be tough for him.
If anyone can do this, it is the big Clicks right now. He's working his way through the tops. They're all metal, so he is blind right now. He can't see where he's going. He doesn't know what's ahead of him. He just keeps finding metal after metal, but he finds a safe spot, the blue tactical shotgun. It would be miraculous to get a victory out of this 3 in a row, but what can he do? Every single team that goes down is one more point he so sorely needs for his team in 4th. I can only imagine the amount of eyes that Clicks has on him right now as he tries to close this one out. DJing goes down the feed. Bucky's on the low ground. Kanata's on the low ground. We're going to harpoon the mats off Macwood. I don't know if we have any full health trios still in this right now, as Clicks is still going. He has just gotten 2 extra placement points since we last watched him, but surely he can only hide for so long. He's gonna have to find a team soon. The zone goes out. He's got no builds, and his movement right now is perfect, Monster. He is just hiding from everyone.
Jack is going to fall there too to Frist, and Frist is up top now. He's going to make the edit onto Clicks. What is Clicks going to do? He's on a run right now. He's been spotted out. Great shot, though. Fires back, walks into the zone. He needs the siphon. One more tick, and it's not going to be enough. Down goes Riversound. Down goes Clicks. But now we come to the low ground here of Bucky and Kanata still in the fight here. Remember, they were in the top 5 as well. They can overcome, overtake, make the last game interesting, and they're still doing it. They're going to find one. Can they find 2? It's looking like it, and Bucky is on fire before he gets taken out. The follow-up from Kanata was good, though. And now 3 teams remain here.
Acorn goes down. Is Slacks and Jack still in this right now? No, they are not. We have Dom and Dusky on the high ground. We have Kanata on the low ground. This team right now, Bucky, Kanata, Macwood, are in 5th place. They're squaring off with 20th place right now, so we know who this means more for. Dom has the heal off. Unless he's messed up this med kit, you have to imagine that he is going to win this game. It doesn't even come down to the splashes. Dusky goes down and takes measures into his own hands, takes out Kanata. But Monster, Slacks, Jack, and Acorn have a winning loadout. Commandment Sense and Edgy also have a winning loadout right now. None of them have an excuse for how this endgame goes, but they are set up in very different situations. If Commandment Sense and Edgy manage to get this zone on top of them, it would be massive, as we have Notch, Jamper, Paper, and we have Booger, Clicks, Bizzle in 4th place. Everyone's setting up for this. We have 10 seconds. The final game, Monster. Half-half zone. Which way is it going to go? Who is going to be blessed and who is going to be challenged? It doesn't mean it's all over just because you don't get the zone, but we know how important this is, and it does. It pulls across to Clicks, Bizzle, and Booger. They're going up for the high ground. They're going to try and make it 4 Victory Royales out of 12. They're having the absolute Cinderella run here to bring everything back.
They want to fight. They want to fight for it, and they're not here to give it up. Harpoons are going to come out from Clicks. Imagine if he pulled someone off there. That'd be crazy. He's not giving up his opportunity to do it, though. He's still attacking all enemies in the line of sight. Here goes the Storm Surge. It is out. It is active, and that means players are going to have to get fighting. Yes. Yes. Look at the players here as well.
They have to be careful. We saw Clicks' team chop out Zayd's team in a very similar situation, right? And I even saw Bizzle take to Twitter to gloat about it a little bit. You don't want to see Bizzle, Clicks, and Booger fall there if you're a fan, because they built up high and they're reinforced, but not quite enough for my liking for how high up they are. Jack, Slacks, and Acorn also got this zone right now. Saf is making his way across. Macwood is taking down Aegis in the feed. Where is Scented Edgy Commandment? They had a complete opposite half-half. Have they made the rotate, and how are they going to get here? There they are. They're making their way through the builds, but once they come out here, once they hit the open air, it's all going to be down to them to pick the right paths. And what a good rotate from this team. They're splitting up a little bit, though. I hope Commandment Edgy are going to come back up centered. Looks like they're going to try and break their way through. They got to be careful here. There's a team in there. Centered takes some tags. This is your 2nd place team just making it to half-half. 1st place team is already in. They all have the loadouts. 3 teams to go down before placement. No one is going down early.
Yeah, let's not forget Reverse 2K Miro and Dare also out there amongst the wolves. There is so much threat here in the field. there is so much threat, and they're not just safe just yet. They're going to have to inch their way in just a little bit more. It's Avery on the other side of the wall. The Elders team that was to the left has already moved. They're gone. Here's Acorn, Slacks, and Jack trying to get another position up, trying to get a better angle coming into this new zone. There's so much congestion here because it went up and over the mountain. Now it's going to go down and out through the valley to the open field. This is a nightmare last game zone. This high ground hold from Clicks, Booga, and Bizzle, it's not good enough. This terrain is too volatile. They're going to have to give it up.
This is the zone that will literally wake you up in a cold sweat. This is nightmare fuel. It is going to go across and over the waterfall. You need to stay up. You can't drop down. One misplaced step, one wrong move, one wrong bouncer, one opponent that wants to break you out, and you are going to fall all the way to the very bottom and potentially fall out of your place on the leaderboard. But if you can stay up, if you can make it across, if you can bridge your way against all these players, you will survive and you will potentially win it. Look at that drop right now as Acorn is going down. No, Acorn, Jack, and Slacks, very deliberate, phenomenal play from this team. Bouncing the front side, staying in line now. They want to be beneath everyone else's builds. They don't want to be the team on the top, and they don't want to rely on another team. They're building the tarps. They look phenomenal. Can Centered Edgy Commandment get down in such a good position as well, or are they going to fall early?
I like that they're keeping a low profile, staying away from the other opponents. It looks like they got a refresher as well. This is massive, and those are big pickups there. That's more loot for them to work with. That's more for them to go ahead and power their way through. They're one step closer to being your FNCS champions. This is such a race. All of the teams we need to be here are still here, and now that they're finding Elims, it's going to allow them to continue to maintain the lead.
Everyone is still in this right now. We saw EU come down to the steamy endgame with the top teams all going head-to-head. You and me, Monster, said it is going to be hard for NAEs to top that or even match it, but that is exactly what they're doing. All of our teams are up still here. We have a nightmare zone. Zayt, Saf, and Strex, the kings of the high ground, are on height. Clicks, Boozer, and Centered so low right now. Commandment and Edgy, they're on the back foot. They're 70 below. This is their last-ditch effort. Bottom right, keep your eyes on that. Everything is on them. Only 37 above. They need to hold on. They are clutching it very little right now, Monster, to try and hold in this one. Centered goes down. It's just up to Edgy and Commandment. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are still up, and they came into this game with a 5-point lead. Edgy, Commandment, what can you do to hold on to this?
And day finds night. Miro's gonna find the last tag onto Centered there too. So that's a team that's finding tags. Remember, it is a three-way race right here for first place. Look at it. There's Day's eliminations. Day gets knocked by Zayt on high ground. This is back and forth right now for all the teams that matter. And it's so much pressure on Edgy's back. Edgy brings someone down into the box. Will he be able to find it? It's back and forth, and I think he does. It's onto Aviv. They're going into a box-to-box fight. Right across from them, Jack, Acorn, and Slacks. They can see what's going on, but they're not looking across. They're looking down, and the punishment comes back. This is so close here.
Edgy's still picking up eliminations. We have our low ground king with no low ground to play. This is essentially a sky base. Edgy goes down. It's all down to Commandment, but he's still getting eliminations in the feed. He has one, but he is now a solo in second place, versing a trio. He's stepping up. He's doing everything he can to hold on to this. Commandment has shown such skill here today. We've seen some of the best plays I have ever seen in Fortnite, but Commandment needs that. Nothing short of pure brilliance will keep this team up here to take first place. You have Commandment as a solo going up against Jack, Acorn, and Slacks as an entire trio. He has no builds, trying to jump his way through this. He's dropping down. He's going to his home on the low ground, but in a zone like this, you don't want to be here. He's got nowhere to go. He jumps. That's it. Second place is down. Slacks, Jack, and Acorn in first place. They are still up. This is potentially their victory lap, Monster.
Yes, definitely now. And Acorn is trying to jump down. He gets taken out. It's up to Slacks here and Jack to pop off. Pull in as much as they can to solidify this home run. And let's see if they will be able to take it home on the low ground, though. Kanata, Macwood, and Bucky here still picking up points. The race for top 3 is on for them, and they've made it all the way to top 3 here today. So many eliminations. Who are we going to see make it back? Miro is still in this. That's a second place. Miro has so many eliminations. Wait a second. First place is not guaranteed for anyone. Not just yet.
It is not.
Will the FNCS champions do it? It's so close.
They took it down. Miro dropped down there. Miro actually managed to take out Slacks, Jack, and Acorn. Third took out first there for points. Kanata, Macwood, Bucky are down there. We have Zayt's team on the high ground. Kanata goes up right now. He goes off the bouncer. He has that legendary tax shotgun. Kanata takes down Saf right now. These are two of the biggest teams in the business. Kanata's team needs this. They're in fourth place. They're fighting for third. Bucky is trying to secure that invite straight into next FNCS finals. Zayt, the king of the high ground. Can he do it? It's going to come down to literally one tick. 10-0. Zayt falls. falls. Bucky just manages to win it with 10 health right now. Monster, that was everything you want from a game of Fortnite.
And look at the difference. 4-point difference between Slacks, Acorn, and Jack, and Commandment, Scent, and Edgy. We saw Commandment, Scent, and Edgy in that last game struggle with the Storm Surge and eventually be taken down.
No doubt that Scented and Edgy were performing so, but I feel like there was just so many moments on the broadcast where we got to see Commandment alone in the end game, clutching up these points. I don't think we could have asked for like a better top 5 right there. That is a solid top 5.
I mean, over top 4, there was only 12-point difference from first to fourth.
Yeah.
Incredible. And you know, look, we've not talked about as much about Slacks, Acorn, and Jack yet, right? We've just hyped up Commandment, Scented, and Edgy, Bucky, Canada, Macwood. You know, these guys have obviously performed, but our first place slot, Slacks, Acorn, and Jack,